Hello, 6th, 7th Accelerated Math educators. This video is provided to you to help you understand how to navigate to your curriculum documents as well as provide some highlights of the first unit. In the CISD Curriculum and Instruction Schoology group, select Resources on the left. Then Curriculum Documents, Secondary, Mathematics. You'll notice a folder for the 6th, 7th Accelerated course. And in that folder, you'll see this Google Drawing with links that bring you directly to the weekly scope and sequence, high priority learning standards by course and vertical alignment, how to access certain digital tools online, and recommended materials for secondary math. There's a graphic to remind you of what high quality Tier 1 math instruction looks like, including relevant, authentic, real math, accessible to all, intervention with prerequisite skills, listening, speaking, reading, and writing about math, and concrete representational abstract models. Across the bottom, you'll see links to the Google Docs for each unit of study. Back to the weekly scope and sequence. When you click on this button, it brings you to an updated scope and sequence for 2021-2022. This year, we now have both academic and language objectives for the weekly scope and sequence. So for Unit 1, after a week of building classroom environment and relationships, the content begins with whole numbers, integers, and rational numbers. Then the students study ordering and comparing numbers using properties of addition and multiplication and plotting points on the coordinate plane. Back to the curriculum documents in Schoology. If you click down here on this button for Unit 1 Number Sense, it will bring you to our Google Doc on Unit 1 that's designed with understanding by design or backward planning. Stage 1 is the desired results. What is it that we want our students to know, understand, and be able to do in this unit of study? You'll notice a section on unit considerations. I've added this section this year with more clarification for you as the educator as you begin or continue to design learning experiences for this unit. Notice the topics align to the weekly scope and sequence. In backward planning or UBD, stage 2 is about evidence. How are the students going to demonstrate their understanding? These are links to performing math tasks. For example, this first performing math task on Venn diagram visuals looks like this. It looks like this. And you'll see that there's lists of the standards that are aligned, the performance task that you would assign your students, and information for you, including mathematically speaking and a possible solution. As you scroll through this content that's been written for you, there's look-fors as well as differentiated tasks to consider assigning your students, a more simplified version or an enriching task. Consider using these performance tasks from Performing Math with your students as you plan stage 2 in this unit. I've also included this section on prerequisite skills and understandings and pre-assessments. It's going to be really important this year that we pre-assess our students and, with that information, form small groups so that we can scaffold learning accordingly. Following the section on tools and manipulatives are sample learning experiences that are, again, the topics aligned to the weekly scope and sequence. In here is, for example, a link to a Desmos activity called Can You Dig It? It looks like this, and it's all about positive and negative numbers. You have access to this now that we have purchased the 6-8 curriculum. You can preview the student view by clicking on the blue student preview button and access paper resources at the bottom. Another example is these links to these Brain Pop videos. We have Brain Pop for your students to watch. You can show these in class, or you can provide them for them to watch maybe while you're working with a different small group, and have opportunities for the students to pause and rewind and replay. So this is your updated Unit 1 for grade 6-7 math for the 2021-2022 school year.